go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, on the highway, and in the driveway. Isn't that strange? Cause I grind through the climb, I ain't like pain. You never hit the bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, is belief. We'll see with the negativity, but I just gotta fight by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never ran city, no, man, I still go. Go, 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 you got a mind, but even that can change. You can flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. Don't repeat in your brain till you feel it, no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past, start a plan, and you'll find a door. Open it up, and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 still go, 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 slow, still go, go, no hope, still go, I never answer to no, I still go.
Case, I want to find out at a level of 7. Okay, so I find that level on my graph, and I come horizontally to my gradient line. Where it intersects with my gradient line, I'm going to come straight down to where it intersects with my fuck around line. Now there is going to tell me how much I have to fuck around to find out what I need to find out. See, as you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out. And also, if you stay down here and you never fuck around, you'll never find out. So I hope this lesson is helpful. Thank you.
What's happening? What's happening? What, guys? Just hopping on for a little bit today before work. I found some really weird thing. Something interesting, man. I want to bring it to the table, man. Discuss with you guys some connections of Seth. Super weird. We'll get there in a second. I got to play this, man. I've been meaning to play it. I need to make an intro. One of my mods made this for me. This song is pretty cool. Also, I really wanted to give an update about something, a case pretty dear to my heart. However, can't do it yet. Can't even say anything else. But man, I cannot wait to be able to say something, because almost every tragedy pimp on YouTube, Green Team before they were Green Team, is going to look about this big. Going to look like the morons that they are for their big mouth. What? No.
Okay.
But I can't say anything yet. I promise as soon as I can. I've been holding on to this for a while. As soon as I can, I will.
If you didn't tell me, you better.
You already know.
Well, remind me. Yeah.
Hey, Katie, if you're still in here, I would like to reach out to Noel. You hit the nail right on the head with something in one of your lives. If you only knew how dead spot on you were about something. I can't say it over the internet.
Well, then you shouldn't say it.
But well, I will be able to. This is what I'm just talking about. Anyway, we'll get to the Seth stuff in just a second. Here, check this song out, man. One of my mods made this for me. This is pretty badass. Check this out. Can you hear it?
Yo, it's white boy love radio. Got the mic in my grip. Dropping truth bombs, 25 pounds, trip. Parodies in the mix, man. We ain't the show. Hunting down the tracks and pimp, letting them know. Laughs and back. We roll. I'm by my side, yeah, we taking control. Damage goods with no regrets. We rock it with pride. Just the truth to provide. We don't care what bullies. We stand tall. Chasing the demons, they're the truth and all. So if you're ready, drop the tight, white they coming out swinging the night. Yeah. Chris wit like a razor, sharp enough to cut. While we're taking shots, facing enough. Social media wild, but we keep it real. No time for the haters, let them know how we feel. This ain't just a show, it's a battle rap. Feeling the tea on the drama, no cap in my map. So let's get it poppin', can you handle the heat? Step up, little player, bring the truth to your feet. We don't play with bullies. We stand tall, facing the demons and the truth in our call. So if you're ready for a ride, track the fight, white boy, be coming out swinging the night. Yeah, man, so if you're come and join the crew, we're taking back the power in the real debut.
Yeah, that's pretty fire, man. One of my mods made that for me. There's like another minute left. Pretty crazy. I like it, man. I appreciate when subscribers make stuff in all due time. Absolutely. Okay, yeah. So again, I don't have too much like time today, but this is not gonna take that long anyhow. So we will review it. I wanted to get into some more stuff, man, but I just don't have the time, guys. I've been working my ass off, and I'm doing this before work. So I was on the Twitters yesterday, and I was trolling the shit out of Hong and a few other people. But, you know, after I get done having my fun, you know, I look around and stuff here and there. I have a pretty good X squad over there, man. There's some really people who are massively like passionate about this case, many cases. Good people over there. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Brandy Wine? I see you in here. But I saw something and it was so weird. So I'm going to need y'all to help me with this a little bit because I don't remember this person at all in the Sebastian Rogers case. It's weird. And the ties and connections that this person has, super, super weird, right? And then when we get into this real fast, when you're hearing all this shit, it is so like at nightish, right? But it's not at night, right? It's not at night. But watch how similar this is. Crazy as hell. I saw this last night and I'm like, why has no one spoke on this? Like I've never heard this. I don't even know this person I'm about to show you, but I'm about to show them to you. So this is one of, this is somebody on. It does go hard. I was hoping you guys could hear it. I cut it short too. So let me get into this with y'all. The thumbnail, if you take a look at that thumbnail, you can't see it. Also, I'm on my McDonald's Wi-Fi. This internet company owes me a modem. It's coming from what, Chattanooga? Nashville. It's taking forever. So if the screen goes black or whatever, if we McDonald's Wi-Fi it, just chill. I'm already hotspotting it now, but I'll throw my hot. We'll save the stream. Just don't go anywhere. Smash a like too. So the thumbnail, if you take a look-see at it, right? It's kind of cut off. So let me show you the full thing. So the full thing should say this. Can you guys see this nice and like big like, or is it microscopic screen sharing? That's pretty decent. I think. Let's see, can I make it bigger? Yeah, that's bigger, right? Yeah. Okay. So it's cut off a little bit too. You guys can see that good, right? Yes, you can see that really good. Okay, good. So if you can't see it or you're having trouble seeing it, it says to add to the reward fund, Sebastian Rogers, checks must be mailed or dropped off to Reward for Sebastian Rogers, James Brian Lewis, 1300 Division Street, Suite 307, Nashville, Tennessee, 37203. All donations will be held in an escrow account. So, before I go any further, I don't remember this guy, James Brian Lewis. There's always like reward scams and missing people cases. Let's not even forget about the freaking stupid reward, the Not Bright Media thing. Everybody knows that's fake. I don't really recall. So I'm not talking about Not Bright Media, and I'm not talking about the law enforcement, right? We're gonna leave those reward monies over here, right? Although this guy could be collecting for either one of them, I don't know, right? Because he has connections with police. There's corruption. There's all types of stuff going on with this guy. It's very weird. But before I go any further, anybody in the chat, do you know this guy's name? Do you remember this? Was it, by any chance, was this a separate reward money? Anybody? Cool, Brandy. Cool. Listening from work. Wow, you're here early today. Yep. Good morning. Oh, what's up, BGs? I didn't see all you guys. What's up, Sussbusters? Doing good this way. About to become a huge thunderstorm here. Yeah, big time caffeine boost. Okay, so I don't see nothing there. Is that the first rewards Seth was trying to get donation? So Charming, I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out right now. Here's the thing, though. Regardless of the fact, right? I'm trying to figure it out. Maybe throughout where we're going to go next. Hopefully, you guys, I get an answer for that myself because I would like to know that. This is either a separate reward money or he's collecting for either for the first two that I said. Now, here's the thing. The guy is a lawyer. Let me show you who this guy is. This is the strange and weird connections. This shit gets weird, people. Remember, so here's his name, all the info, bam, on Front Street Free. Okay, now check this shit out, right? Check this shit out. Have a look-see. Have a look-see. Okay, now let me go back. Can you guys see this nice and clear? Yes, you can. Alrighty. I'll get out of here. I'm not subscribing to shit. All right. The Lewis family has been connected to Nashville politics for half a century. So this is the guy, this is the guy with the reward thing, the escrow account, blah, 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 right? Check this shit out. As important as I think it is to keep in the front of our minds that a self-avowed Nazi is friends with a candidate for Mayor Franklin, that he's running a fascist gas station, and that he's hosting a racist fight club in said gas station attic. The fact that he's a self-proclaimed Nazi might make him seem like a kooky, dangerous fringe figure in Middle Tennessee. So for a moment, let's ignore Brad Lewis's racism hobby and talk about the whole family and how they've been tied to Nashville politics for better or for worse half a century. But let me be clear. I'm sure I'm not going to cover everything. A person could write a book on this family and probably still miss shit. But let's hit some highlights. Brad's dad was Jimmy Lewis. You remember that. After the family gas station made a big deal about how COVID wasn't a big deal, let me take a quick pause. The gas station has a key role in this. Jimmy died of COVID. Before that, Jimmy was a real estate guru and the important source of political donations to Democrats in 96. Story of the Tennessean, Bill Carey reported that Lewis had fundraising events in the 80s for Judge Jim Everett, soon-to-be Governor Ned Ray, Mick Werther, and soon-to-be Mayor Bill Bonner. Phil Predesen was reportedly even at one of those gatherings. I'll share this link when I'm done reading it, guys. In 1990, Jimmy was arrested by the feds for being, as the Tennessean put it, a gambling kingpin. Still, when the feds busted Jimmy, they were surprised to find only 24 gambling machines. When the sense they had of his operation was much larger, well, it turns out that a police officer, a member of the very vice squad that should be targeting Jimmy, Larry Feltz, tipped Lewis off to the raid. Because, again, according to March 4th, 1991, in the Tennessean, Officer Larry Feltz told colleagues he tipped gambler James A. Lewis to a raid against him because Lewis was his key to promotion. The Tennessean, if you don't know, it's like a Tennessee newspaper type of thing. Councilman at the time, Gary Odom, told the Tennessean, I was told that Mayor Richard Fulton would sign anything if Jimmy Lewis's name was on it. Fulton, of course, denied this, but still, according to Feltz, he believed that if he kept Lewis happy, Lewis could get him promoted. This included, according to the Tennessean, co-owning several candy machines and a soda machine with Jimmy's son, Brian, buying property from the family, and letting Brian and his sister, Ginger, ride around in the patrol car when he was on duty. Another Metro Vice cop and Felt's partner, Ed Rigsby, and his relatives bought Germantown property from Lewis. Rigsby claimed he did not know about Lewis' gambling activities, and in February, the Tennessean story, it was reported Rigsby said he did not think the deal with Lewis was an attempt to buy protection from vice officers who are responsible for enforcing gambling laws. Before I continue, we are speaking about and reading about the person who has a reward money telling you where to send reward money. It's going into an escrow account. This is some lawyer with weird, deep, not only political ties, corruption with police ties. This is weird, people. Racism, things with journalists, right? Police officer arrested. What does that sound like? That sounds like not right, just in a whole separate thing, right? Remember Nick with the racist emails. Remember the police officer getting arrested with the taser. Just wait. There's more. How long is this? Holy shit. Okay, hold on. I need a break. Let me go to the chat real fast. There's a lot of reading here. Gas station, you say. Yes, correct. Gas station. I'll drop this in the chat when I'm done here, and I'll put it in the either description or pin it'll be in the comments below for my replay people. Okay, an attorney from Texas, I think. So this is Tennessee, and I'll put the screenshot back up there. There's a lot of reading, guys. So let me just get through this. Where are we at? Okay. But wait, there's more. Police Lieutenant William Douglas Johnson lived next door to Lewis, and Johnson's son worked for B&H Vendors. Lewis's company, Officer Ronald Doggett, also worked for B&H Vendors and the Doozy. Carl Dollarhide, who oversees all Metro Patrol officers, is dating Ginger Lewis. That's the daughter, Jimmy Lewis's daughter. Lewis pleaded guilty in January 91, and though he faced maximum sentence of 8 years in prison and $500,000 fine, he served a month in a halfway house and 6 months of house arrest. That covers 90-91. In September 15th, 96, Tennessee and story Bill Carey led with his Jimmy Lewis used to be the closest thing Nashville had to Boss Hog. To be fair, this whole story in a sentence, kudos to Bill. Carey got a quote from a Metro Council member, Horace Grant, saying, back when I first ran for council in the 80s, Jimmy Lewis was one of those people you had to see if you wanted to get anywhere. He was the man. At the time of Carey's story, Lewis was helping his son Bryant get set up in the restaurant business, blah, blah, blah. In October of 95, Jimmy's lifelong friend, Judge Everett, shot himself near Jimmy's house. Jimmy found the body. Everett was under investigation for corruption, according to Carey. One of the things investigators were looking into was Everett's pattern of awarding lucrative cases to a small circle, attorneys with whom he had personal relationships with, including Brian Lewis, Jimmy's son. This brings us to August 2000. Kirk Loggins reported that as a result of an internal investigation, Police Chief Emmett Turner suspended Carl Dollarhide from a duty because of complaints that Dollarhide, head of patrol division, has told officers under his command to lay off businesses associated with some of his friends, in quotes, including his now ex-father-in-law, Jimmy Lewis, reward fund guy. I'm going to quote a length from Loggins here. Okay. Other police officers reported getting into trouble for ticketing cars near Lewis's restaurants. The reporter at News Channel 5 who reported on Brad Lewis's detention
This white boy lock radio got the mic in my grip.
Brad and Carl both sued Phil. And get this, Pooley writes, in fact, Williams claimed on air, and no one is disputing this, that Brad Lewis threatened to kill him. People, we are still at the reward guy, okay, that Seth was sharing this stuff, okay? Brad Lewis threatened to kill him. And earlier this summer, Jimmy Lewis was calling reporters, including this one, with damaging information about Williams' wife, Peggy, Nance Williams, who at the time was serving at the executive director of State Registry of Election Finance. Williams was later relieved of her position after an arrest on public drunkenness. Interesting enough, in the current day, Brad Lewis acquaintances are threatening Phil's life, and internet trolls have been trying to rattle him by bringing up his wife's struggles with alcohol. No wonder Phil is so calm about all this. He's heard this song before, and now it's just a second verse, same as the first. A little bit louder, a little bit worse, because everything on the Lewis's touch turns to shit. I feel I should disclose that a scene writer back in 2001 gave a ton of space to a polygraph expert who believed Brad Lewis was innocent of the crimes that Dollarhide supposedly got him out of. Based on what we know now, is basically a secular e-meter, which is very embarrassing for us. Okay, this is a lot, man. But as you can see, how much more is this? This like a complete expose about all this. Brad is a white supremacist. If you look at everything that happened to his family, the shockingly short jail sentences, the friendships with cops that kept them out of trouble, the ability to get pulled over with a car full of money and a gun and no driver's license and still go home in the same evening, yeah, that's not happening. The suicides of people close to you on the property that are quickly forgotten, the judges who are friendly with you, the mayors who have to take your calls, what else makes sense of it? From where Brad's sitting, white people in his experience do have a different culture than everyone else, the culture that has worked miracles for his family for decades. I don't know what's up with this dude. It's weird. I skipped a lot because there's a Nazi fight, but there's a lot of corruption with this guy. This guy's plugged in with politics. Let me share this. All types of shit, man. It is very, very strange. You cannot tell me everything I just read is not cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Hold on, I'll go back to the chat now. Let me do this. copy and paste this. It's a long read. But go fast. Here it is right here. I'm dropping it in chat now. Let me hit some comments real fast. Bill Bonner was a joke cokehead in Nashville. So you know, so you got to be from Tennessee. That seems like a very, very Tennessee culture, what I was just reading. But why is this guy have anything to do with Sebastian Rogers? Why? Like that whole family, and that is crazy as hell, right? The white supremacy, the buying of journalists. It's like almost sounds literally like not right media, but it's not. That's a Tennessee thing. That's a Tennessee dude. He's taking people's money, putting it in an escrow account. People, what the hell is going on? Where'd Seth find this dude at? Like, I read a paragraph of an arrest they had, and he got a week in jail and a sober living house. Are you kidding me? Did you hear that? It's crazy. It's crazy. Where did he meet this guy at? That's Tennessee. It's very weird, man. Member for 5 months. Who's this? 10,000 cyber op hoax. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Have you guys ever heard? I'm confused that Jimmy Lewis died from COVID in 2020. Is James Brian Lewis his son? D. Michelle, it is extremely hard. Let me go back to the family tree. So we have, okay, let me read. So also you see this right here. Can I click this? Yes. Does anybody know? Does that look familiar to any of my Tennessee people? Is that what we ate, babe?
What? I don't know.
We were in Tennessee? No.
I'm not looking. I can't tell you.
No, it's not. Proud Boys did nothing wrong. Country store. Anybody? Does that look familiar? Those stores. So this gas station type thing.
Why are you wearing my panties? Give me my undies, dog. Evil dog.
I got some notes with this. Hold on a sec. The Lewis family tied to the mafia. Who? Wow! I just got something sent to me. What the frig? But I got some notes here. So tied to the mafia. That is weird. Well, I'm going to play it 1 second. We're going to go there 1 second. I will answer your question too. I'll reread it. But here are some key points. Somebody help me with this. How is the MO of this family the same as the MO of At Night? Who knows who? Brad Lewis and the cop that was letting him get away with shit went after the man who reported on the corruption, threatened to kill the reporter, and dug up info on his wife, and she got fired. Seth's plea to leave Sebastian at a gas station, and this family is known for their gas station. Like, I don't know who this guy is. Again, guys, let's go back for a second, right? I don't really remember this, right? Where's it at? Shit. Right here. So I don't remember this, but it's definitely a thing, right? Sebastian Rogers. Somebody said at the beginning this might have been one of the first reward money, right? Let me get that link real fast because these people are tied to the. This is crazy as hell. Hold on, let's have a look. See at this. So here is something on Reddit, right? Let me pull it up for you guys. Regarding that, I didn't even read that whole thing. I just wanted you guys to see what type of person this is, right? the connections, this and that, right? It'll take me an hour to read that whole article. I haven't seen this yet. So here is on, obviously you can see it. This is over on Reddit, right? On top of the page says Nashville, the Lewis Country Store family tree. Well, here goes the answer to your question. So I read some articles when important enough. Here is a list of infamous people who seem to be connected by blood, marriage, or friendship. Brad Lewis, owner of the Lewis Country Store. That would be the guy who's collecting the reward money for Sebastian and putting it in an escrow. Brian Lewis is the brother of Brad Lewis, attorney for Steve Smith, and friend of former judge Casey Moreland. Jimmy Lewis is the father of Brad and Brian Lewis. He's a Nashville businessman with decades-old convictions for operating illegal gambling businesses and filing false income taxes. Again, fraud. More not bright media. Similarity, fraud. Police Major Carl Dollarhide, brother-in-law of Brad Lewis. Carl Dollarhide Jr., son of Senior, drunk drove and killed a mother and paralyzed her infant daughter, released from prison for good behavior after serving half of his sentence. Someone says, when I see Brad Lewis, Brian Lewis, Jimmy Lewis, Steve Smith, and the Dollarhides and Casey Moreland are interconnected, it raises red flags. You don't see this many bad actors hang out together for no reason. Interesting. Jimmy, the patriarch, is a felon. Most of his businesses are officially in the names of his family members. He went to prison for poker machines in the 80s. He's rumored to have mafia ties. While under investigation for judicial misconduct, Judge Everett committed suicide in 1995 on Jimmy's property a couple of decades before that woman committed suicide in Brian's apartment for allegedly threatening to disclose information regarding judicial misconduct. That is, I don't even know what to say about that. Anybody in the chat just seen two people? Does anybody in the chat know two separate adults that just happen to unalive themselves at your house? He owns or is a partner in several businesses, vending, restaurants. Police Major Carl Dollarhide retired from the police to avoid testifying in 2001 Brad Lewis case. It's likely, given the connections to local police, justice system, and the money they have, that any local government investigation would be fruitless. Maybe the TBI FBI would be interested. Someone says, I smell a RICO seat, maybe, or local investigative reporter keeps an eye on things in case they get a lucky break. It needs to be absolutely crystal clear to the public that the Lewis Country Store isn't that little man standing up to big government. This is a generational family of crooks and quite possibly murders, given the deaths that occurred on Jimmy and Brian's properties. It's crazy. Then the comments are wild. This is nuts, y'all. I did not even know about that. Again, this is this person who is. How would Seth know this guy?
How does he know any of these fucking guys?
Is this weird or what? What's up, Quaver? Possible connections from his job. That's hello, Chroma Reels. I'm very much enjoying your channel. That's what I initially thought. I thought. I don't know. Like, your guess is as good as mine. Like, I'm assuming you're talking about like the corrections officer job. We have found out that like he was only there like a very small amount of time. I mean, possibly, but these guys are like deeply rooted in corruption, politics. And back to that Reddit post, let me drop this in the comments. I'll drop both of these if you just came in. there was a reporter who was peeling the onion on this whole situation, right? And man, I believe he was either killed or his life was threatened to stop. I'll let you know right now. I'll verify that. So this is the Reddit right here. This is the Reddit of what I just read, right? This thing is it's an article from something called the Nashville Scene. And it's long. It is it's super weird, y'all. I don't understand how Seth knows. A, Seth knows this guy, and B, would arrange for this guy to start collecting donations. And he even went as far. Let me put that back on the screen so you guys can see what I'm saying. If you read the bottom of this, he went as far, this guy, to set up a checks must be mailed or dropped off reward for Sebastian Rogers, James Brian Lewis, Nashville, blah, blah, blah. All donations will be held in an escrow account. Weird, right? So he has to know this guy, right? I mean, would you barely know somebody and be like, yeah, can you do me a solid? And people are going to start sending you a lot of money for my son's disappearance. Could you just, no, man, this is like,
yeah.
Sorry. This is something, there's something going on here, people. I mean, I don't know the extent of how much he knows this guy, but I mean, put yourself in that situation. If it was you, if it was me, if I'm gonna let somebody collect money for me, man, I better know that person pretty good. I better trust that person pretty good.
How much do you trust me? Because if any more of my white dresses get tamed, you're going missing, buddy.
It's just weird. I'm dead inside this account. I think my comments are behind. The group of the Fight Club is linked to the Philadelphia chapter of the Proud Boys group. So I can go back and read that. There was something about a Nazi fight. I don't know what that is. We'll go back and read it. There's a lot more of that article, but I just want to know, like, how does Seth know this guy? And this is major red flags. Major red flags. If he does know him, if he has a relationship with him, there's a lot of shady shit going on with this family. The entire family. I remember when they set this escrow thing up, no one could get a hold of that attorney, James Brian Lewis. It was all weird. Hey, you're telling me. So let me ask you this. Is this the one Seth said don't send anything to? I don't know. My question was, can I send you a link? Sure. Yeah. Where did comment go? So somebody said, I just fucking see it. Here it is. Oh, it's on the screen. Dirt. I remember when they set this escrow thing up, no one could get a hold of that attorney, James Brian Lewis. It was all weird. So, Michelle, is this? I don't remember like multiple reward funds. Okay, so I'm trying to remember, like, was he collecting money? If I recall, this would be before At Night was even in the picture, correct? So he couldn't have been collecting the money for At Night. Was this its own thing? Sean is shady as shit. March 2nd is when this started. March 2nd. Damn, that was, I believe they might have all known. It's very weird, people. I'm walk back. Yeah, absolutely, Queefer. Absolutely. Let me go back and
Never listen to a pussy fart.
never listen to it. Let me go back and I wanted to that article, right? Which would be right here. So let's do something real fast. Here's his store. Did you send me something?
Me?
No, Charming said she was going to send me something, I guess, in regards to this.
No one ever sends me nothing. I feel left out.
Okay, so where's this fight at? And there's so much like arrest and shit. I literally skipped over a lot, y'all. Boss Hog, this brings up 2000. Now ex-father-in-law, I'm going to quote logins here. Brad Lewis acquaintances threatening Phil's life.
Queef said, yes, Matt, I sent you my love.
A sex scandal. Huh? Okay, let me start from here. I'm skipping a bunch of stuff. So I'm going in 2004's Jimmy and Brad opened the Lewis Country Store. Then the rest of the 2000s happened. In 2014, Anita Wadawani, then at the Tennessean, reported that Brian Lewis may have used his friendship with Judge Casey Moreland to get a client released from jail. That client, David Chase, was in jail for domestic abuse. He got out and attacked his victim again. Wadawani reports. Moreland told the Tennessean he and Lewis go way back and described a long-time friendship that has included vacations together, such as a trip to Costa Rica last year. The good old days before we knew more about those vacations. Fast forward to 2017, and Steve Cavendish is reporting on how one of the women who went on one of those trips with Moreland and Lewis ended up dead in an apartment Lewis rented for her. By 2018, Moreland was in prison for trying to cover up a sex scandal in the wake of those vacations. The frig. There's so much here. Anybody associated with these people, you're is completely suspect. So here's going back to whoever read this. Brian's out here brokering peace between Steve Smith and the mayor of Nashville, and Brad's making real estate deals with Williamson County politicians, same as always in the family. In matters that Brad's an racist, but also really doesn't, because it's just another way for Lewis to be careless, because he won't ever have to suffer the full consequences for his choices. How can a person who has been wrapped in a protective bubble of family power, who will never be able to fail as fully as he might ever realize the grave risks others take to hold his same positions? Of course, he can have a Nazi fight club in his attic, which would never, what would ever stop him? A Nazi fight club in the attic. What the hell, yo? Okay, let me check my messages. So are they talking about like at that gas station there was a fight club? It's all weird. It's all very strange. This is very strange. I don't understand how this has not been discussed at all. I don't understand. I sent you the article. It was above the store. Yeah. Okay. You did. It's charming, by the way. Okay. Let me not show your stuff. Okay. So here is the article. I'll share it to myself. Thank you very much. So let's do it like this. So literally this asshole has a reward, an escrow account, and he has a fucking Nazi fight club. And wow, this is crazy. I've never seen no shit like this before, people. Okay. Whatever I had copy and pasted, let me drop that here. I forget what it was last. I'm going to get rid of the Reddit because we've already done that. Let's get rid of that. And let me go back to this bad boy over here. And let's see about this new article. Notorious Nashville store. Notorious Nashville store hosts white nationalist fight clubs. So this is from a completely different news source. Let me get the link ready for everybody. Okay. It says, I gotta take a drink. Now I'm getting butt mouth reading all this stuff. All right. White nationalist groups are using a private gym above a store in Nashville, Tennessee to network and train for hand-to-hand combat, a hate watch investigation reveals. The private gym is located above Lewis Country Store, a gas station, convenience store, and restaurant known for displaying hateful and anti-LGBTQ and misogynist signage. A message posted on May 21st on a Telegram channel run by Tennessee Active Club, a white nationalist hate group, led hate watch to photographs of the property on real estate listing website. Those images were matched to a propaganda video and photographs the group posted online. The photographs and the video appeared to show the same gym. Brad Lewis, there's that name again, owns the store and appears to be a cook at the restaurant, according to photographs of him making food for customers posted to Google Photos. Lewis's store now appears to be an important hub in the local white nationalist movement. Hate Watch contacted Lewis through email to ask about the private gym and his relationship with the Tennessee Active Club. Lewis responded in an email laced with profane language and anti-LGBT stuff. You and the SPLC can go F yourself, Lewis said. What I do with my life and my business is none of your effing meddling business. Later, the Lewis Country Store posted a photograph of the group giving the Hitler salute outside the Lewis Country Store. Sean Kaufman is the leader of the Tennessee Active Club, which is part of the national network of white power hate groups founded by Robert Rundo. Active clubs train in mixed martial arts to fight against what they perceive as anti-white system. The group celebrates violence and hyper-masculinity, arguing that physical strength will position them to stand up to the forces they believe weaken America and European nations, including Islam, Judaism, racial diversity, blah, blah, blah. Kaufman reportedly around the white national movement. In June 22, Kaufman was photographed with 3 others. Nazi salute. Telegram. Yeah, this is weird, bro. This is it right here, y'all. Look. Yeah, you can see. Here's a picture. You can kind of see it's in the attic. Damn it! It's not letting me see that. Can you guys see that? Hold on. So if you look at the picture on the right, this is as big as I can make it. So where my mouse is at, there's 2 guys that are sparring in a boxing ring. There's an arrow and it's pointing to a window, right? You can see that it's upstairs. If you can see out that window, don't know how good the view is on your side. This is very long too. This thing. What the hell? This is crazy. This is massively long thing, all about all types of shit they got going on up there. Oh, who's this right here? They got him thriving. Sean Kaufman shakes hands with a member of Ohio Active Club. Located about 15 miles northwest of downtown Nashville on Ashland City Highway, Lewis's Country Store seems designed to celebrate American gun culture. Holy shit. This is crazy as hell. Let me share this. This is crazy as hell. This is crazy as hell. All right. So what do y'all think about this? Will Bedbug Betty bring her bugs? Yeah. to jail. I thought she would be at the damn attic taking boxing lessons. That's kind of her crowd, ain't it? I have to rewind. This is pretty packed with info. So anybody watching this or on the replay, I would strongly suggest you grab the links that I drop. I'll make sure to drop all the information. I'll make sure to put all the information in here because it is a lot of stuff. There's either here's what I think about this, right? I don't even know where to start. It's super like either Seth knows this guy and had this reward thing set up, right? Which is very strange. Which is very strange if that's the case, right? Or it could very simply be did this guy snag Sebastian's photograph, capitalize on a missing kid story in his area? I don't know if he would do that though, because it would go against all his ideology and all that, right? You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if he would do that. Somebody said in here, is that the reward that Seth said not to donate to? Did he set something up? Did he set something up with this guy? And then where maybe did Seth say, okay, I need to deduct X amount of that escrow account? And the guy was like, yeah, ain't happening, man. You know, is that why he put a halt to it? I don't have the answers. I do know this is very, very strange. Strange connections, like the title says. I want to say that the attorney approached Seth. However, from his background, that sounds completely opposite than he would do. He's definitely a grifter. Which one? Yeah. I'd like to sub up, but I'm on an iPhone. Please help. Link. You want the membership link for an iPhone? Shit. That's a bitch to get. Lucky to become a member. Sherry, 2 months strong, and I got cyber op earlier. I don't know, man. This is very strange, y'all. I am going to drop these links for y'all again, okay? This would be what I just read, okay? What's on the screen right here now, okay? So you get this one. And that's this very, very long article about that whole situation. Then we got this one, the original one that I read. This is the breakdown of the family. This is like the connections, the political things, the unaliving of the 2 women on the properties, all the weird sentences these people got, the corruption, the ties of, and so much more. Here's this, right? And then lastly, where'd that Reddit thing go? And then lastly, we got the Reddit thing right here, which is a Reddit about, it's a Nashville subreddit, a place for things in Nashville, Tennessee. It's got almost 260,000 members on Reddit. I want to go back to these comments real fast. I kind of read this whole thing, but I'll drop this too. Let's see what the comments say. You ain't got to live in Nashville forever to know about the good bookies. I had a distant cousin who was one and buried my uncle this weekend. Slippin' Jimmy. Oh, another article, y'all. Another article. Let's have a look. See at this. Another article. Another article. Lewis versus News Channel Network 2007. Okay. Can I get the damn computer to read this shit? Let's do it like this. I think I can. Where's it at? Read it loud. Hell yeah. All right.
Lewis v. News Channel Network, 2007. Court of Appeals of Tennessee. Bradford Jason Lewis v. News Channel 5 Network, LP, et al. No. M 2005-00458 COAR3CV. Decided, May 31st, 2007. William C. Cook, Jr., PJ, MS, delivered the opinion of the court.
Can you guys hear that? Okay, let me go back to the comments. Can you hear it? Or is it shitty? Somebody let me know. Yes, okay. I can maybe change the voice options. What do we got here? Speed, Microsoft David. What do we have? Microsoft, what's Mark sound like?
Court, in which William B. Kane, J., and David H. Wells, SPJ, joined. Robert L. Delaney, Nashville, Tennessee, for the appellant, Bradford Jason Lewis. Okay. John D. Ross and Ronald G. Harris, Nashville, Tennessee, for the appellees, News Channel 5 Network, LP, Deborah Turner, Mike Cutler, and Phil Williams.
Oh, Mark, goddamn. Oh, we slowed Mark down this a smidge. And, okay, let's try it now.
Williams. Opinion. This appeal involves a television news story about the discipline of a high-ranking official of the Metropolitan Nashville Police Department who interceded with a subordinate to prevent his brother-in-law's arrest.
Mark.
Following the broadcast, the police official...
What else we got? Let's go with, oh, they made this woke too. David. What's Zira? 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 What's Zira say?
Official and his brother-in-law filed separate lawsuits against the television station and 3 of its employees.
Employees in the circuit court for Davidson County seeking damages for libel and false light invasion of privacy.
Bam, right there.
The television station and its employees filed a motion for summary judgment based on the common law fair report privilege and on its defense that the heightened, actual malice, burden of proof applied to all claims. In response, the police official's brother-in-law asserted that he should not be held to the actual malice standard because he was a private person and because the news story involved a matter of purely private concern. The trial court granted the summary judgment and dismissed the complaints filed by the police official and his brother-in-law. With specific regard to the police official's brother-in-law, the court determined that the television station and its employees were shielded by the fair report privilege. It also concluded that the police official's brother-in-law was not a public figure for the purpose of his libel claim, but that he had failed to demonstrate that he would be able to carry his burden of proof to establish a simple negligence claim against the television station and its employees. The court also concluded that the actual malice burden of proof applied to the false light invasion of privacy claim and that the police official's brother-in-law had failed to establish that the television station and its employees had acted with actual malice. Only the police official's brother-in-law appealed. He asserts that the trial court erred by applying the fair report privilege and by concluding that he could not successfully prove that the television station and its employees had been negligent in their investigation and broadcast of the news story. We have determined, 1. That the trial court erred by holding that the fair report privilege applies in this case, 2. That the police official's brother-in-law is a limited-purpose public figure and, therefore, cannot recover damages unless he can prove that the television station and its employees acted with actual malice, and 3, that the police official's brother.
So remember, these people went after a journalist for covering a lot of their shenanigans. And then I guess I scrolled down because as Mark is reading here, thank you, Mark. It looks as though they civilly went after any news, whatever news this is in Tennessee that did like pieces on them. They're going after them in court. These people like don't want no negative stuff on. That's why it's weird for me on the reward thing. Like these people are obviously connected, right? This is pretty deep. But like they got their hands in like politics and police and everything else, right? Even if they burnt all those bridges, which I don't think they did, they have like a local store, right? So for them just to start up a reward reward fund, right? And rob, straight up like rob, which it did cross my mind. I don't think they would do that because their reputation would be shit. I mean, I don't know though. Could it get any worse? Fuck.
Brother-in-law cannot prove that the television station and its employees acted with actual malice in the investigation and broadcast of the news story. Sometime in early 2000, Phil Williams, an investigative reporter for News Channel 5, a television station located in Nashville, began receiving tips about the alleged misconduct of members of the Metropolitan Nashville Police Department. Mr. Williams discussed these tips with Mike Cutler, News Channel 5's news director. They decided.
All right, whatever. I'm tired of Mark. He can suck it. But yeah, this is crazy, man. This is a weird connection to me, Gal. I don't know what this is. I wish we could find this out, man. I hope someone watches this on the replay, and I hope someone could help us out with the beginning on this. Damn, what's the number? You know what? I'm gonna call before I go to work. I'm gonna call. There's a number on that reward thing? Let's give it a call, shall we? Let's give it a call. Hold on. Let's do something here. Let's do something here. Let's go back over here. And let's go back over here, right here. So is there a number here? All donations. Let's give a call. How do we Google this? Well, shit, I'll call the store. What's that store called? What's the store called? The country store? Somebody give me the number. Let's see. The country store in of course, no number scam. So let me try this again. The country store. What was it called? The country. Okay, Lewis country store. Nashville. Lewis country store, Facebook, contact number. Contact number. Call us. Here we go. I got it right here. Let's have a listen. Shall we? Oh, fuck.
Your call cannot be completed as dialed.
Hold on, guys. Give me 1 second. I'm going to call him. But we're going to fish around real fast together. We're going to fish around. 255. We're going to fish around. Is there another number? I got 615-255. They sold it in 2024 is what people in chat are saying. Well, what the hell? They sold it in 24. What month in 24? Let me go back to chat. This is getting weird. It's on Ashland City Highway. Weird, man. Don't know. It's a weird connection, man. I don't know. What the hell. Well, that's shady as shit. Yeah. I have no idea if this is anything, or not. But man, look, if there's some type of connection between, there has to be a connection between Seth and this guy. I mean, that is weird. You know, that is weird. New store owners. Thank you. Do we have a number here? Hold on, let's do this. Yeah, I would rather have the new store owners because they'll spill the beans. Continue to the site. What is this called? TriStar Energy Expires. What's their number? TriStar Energy. What's their number? So we need TriStar Energy Expires.
It's getting hot in here.
TriStar Energy. So they sold it in January. Okay, let's call these motherfuckers. I need the number though. Okay, let's try this. TriStar Energy. Tennessee. Contact. There it is right here. Bam. Watch this. We're going to get some answers now. Hopefully. It's ringing. Hello? 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 Hello?
Good morning. Thank you for calling TriStar Energy. How may I direct your call?
Hey, what's going on? Are you guys still taking the reward money for that missing boy? I think his name was like Sebastian or something like that.
What city and state are you in?
Oh, I'm calling from Florida, but I saw that there's I saw this thing on Twitter, and it said I could either mail it in or drop it off. And I was just wondering, like, if you're still taking those donations. I could do check or debit card, whatever you guys take.
Let me look into that because I haven't heard that. This is the corporate. What did you hear about?
So it is.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, so it's they're taking reward money for this missing boy, and it says they think checks must be mailed or dropped off. You know, but it may have been. Is this the?
Yeah.
Did you guys buy this place from that gas station?
What place did you hear it from? Because this is the corporate office for Twice Daily gas station.
Oh, it's okay. Oh, this is the corporate office.
Yes, corporate office for Twice Daily. You may have to reach out to your local Twice Daily if you heard that from Twice Daily.
Do you know that? Do you know the one in Tennessee? Do you happen to have that number? The 615 area code number?
This is the corporate office in Tennessee. Do you know what do you turn to? Let me see if I can look it up. Do you know the address of the location?
Yeah, give me 1 second. It's gonna be give me 1 second here. Let me go. I got it right. I got it written down over here somewhere. It's gonna be
okay.
I think it's here. Gosh darn it, I forget. I'm a silly goose sometimes. I think it's gonna be. Let's see.
Do you know what part of Tennessee it's in?
Yeah, it's gonna be not Nashville, but
Rogersville?
no.
Yeah, it was like Rogersville. There's an S. Some. No, is that what you did?
Yeah, I'm trying to see where it's at. Oh, here it is. I'm so sorry about that.
No, you're fine.
I get flustered, but it was so it's going to be the location. I had it written down right here. It's on 5106 Old Hickory Boulevard.
Oh, Hickory. Okay. Just 1 second.
In Nashville.
Okay. Yeah, I do see that one. Let me get you transferred over to someone who can assist you with that.
Okay.
All right. Have a great rest of your day.
Okay. I got it muted. My bad. I'm a moron. I should have just looked. I'm trying to Google it. All right, here we go. Now we're going to Greece. Let me
Hi,
unmute.
this is Dawn. I'm sorry I've missed your call. If you'll please leave your name, number, and a brief message, I'll get back with you as soon as possible. Thanks for calling and have a great day. Please leave a message after the tone. When you have finished, please hang up or press the pound key for more options.
Don, this is William. I was just wondering if you guys are still taking those donations for the missing boy. I saw something on Twitter and I wanted to send a donation in. You know, the one it goes to the escrow account. So if you can give me a call back at 9063, I would appreciate it. My name is William. Okay, thank you very much. Just a yes or no, and how I can do it. Is it credit card? Do I drop it off or mail it in like the thing on Twitter says? Or can I can just give you a credit card number right over the phone if possible. Okay, Don, I'm looking forward to your call. Thanks. See what happens. Lady K. All right, let me get rid of all this crap. Yeah, I don't know, man. I have no idea what this is, man. It's weird. You can't tell me it ain't weird, y'all. That I don't know how there is a connection to this shit. It's super weird. I don't know how there's a reward. Again, this guy, he could have straight up scammed and did this on his own. I don't know. Let me check my notes. Never seen this. I don't remember this. I'm glad there's been a few in the chat that did. Like 90 people sent me the address. I'm such a moron. Sorry, it's the brain fart. Oh, they're Masons. What the fuck? Yeah, it's crazy as hell. Again, I don't know. If you watch this, man, on the replay and you do remember this part, this certain reward money, or if you happen to remember somebody said they remember Seth saying something about this. If you watch this on the replay and you remember this time in the beginning of the case, please leave it in a detailed comment because I'm interested in this. I saw this over there on X. There's some good people over there on X, man. I fuck with a lot of y'all. I know that you guys are super invested in this case. And a lot of y'all are smart. Y'all are sleuth. This is I just don't. The connection, man, is super weird, right? It's just weird to me that somebody can set up a. The whole thing is weird, people. It's been weird. Yeah, ain't that the truth? The whole thing has been weird. Yvonne, well, hello, Lady K Talks. What's going on, Lady K Talks? Hey, guys and gals, with the name in the thumbnail I just got here. All right, so there is a reward, right? Let me show you before. So what's going on is this. If you can see that, let me see how it looks. Make that bigger, actually. So what's going on is this. On the thumbnail, I didn't realize until after I made it, you can't see the bottom part. But it says, I did an arrow going to this guy's name. Checks must be mailed or dropped off to Reward for Sebastian Rogers. All donations will be held in an escrow account. James Brian Lewis. So we peeled back the banana on the connections of this guy and his family and all the weird shit involved in that. And it's super, super weird. Super weird. Extremely weird. I don't know how Seth knows this guy, but if he does and he trusts him to set up an escrow, that is, that's got super red flags all over it. Vanish, did you want to come up and did that go to a personal voicemail? Yes. So I called, I Googled and got the corporate office, which is also in 615. And then she's asking me for the freaking address. It's taking me forever. You guys had it for me. I get the address. She gives me the store. So that would be the store that bought the gas station in January when they sold it. That's who I called. I just want to fish around, right? You ask somebody, she might be like, no, we're not taking any donations. And I doubt they are, right? I just want to open that, can of worms with the person. You never know what somebody might tell you. You know what I'm saying? They did business with them. They bought the place. So you never know. You know what I mean? Let's ask Sean. Huh? I mean, why scam? The property sold for $4.5 million. I legit remember it. You do. Thor Lodge is a Mason, if I recall. This is correct. I'm telling you, read that article I sent you. It tracks like a damn map. What do you think about this? Was it the lawyer? Dark Side Gypsy, yes. There is a lawyer involved in all this. Correct, yes. And this group is linked to the Philadelphia chapter of the Proud Boys, which connects to BHB. Fuck shit, in my opinion. White Boy Elevated Truth or Crabtree will know about it. Interesting. White Boy speak to Clue. I've never heard none of this. U Connection. It was on T-Rev, and supposedly it was going in an escrow. And Seth's lawyer was going to get it together or something. Interesting that Seth kept saying to drop Sebastian at a gas station. This is what I'm saying. So the person who gave me that I got a lot of this information from over there on Team X mentioned that in the notes. I don't remember Seth saying that. It's fine. I'm glad to see that you put it in comment. And interesting that Seth kept saying to drop Sebastian at a gas station. Yes. And back to your comment. It's a very good comment on the screen right here. Very good comment. They say it was on T-Rev and supposedly it was going in an escrow and Seth's lawyer was going to get it together or something. Let's stop right there. We have lawyer. There, what's his name? Brad, whatever. He's a lawyer, right? So was this to the T-Rev stuff? I'm trying to remember when At Night came into play, right? Because they weren't they weren't with Seth at the very jump. I guess they have been with him a long time, but what was this before, or were they already had been involved then? I remember the Mason connection. Elevator talked about the lawyer in that store in the beginning. Really, I will message him, or you could absolutely tell him to, Brad Lewis. Yes, correct. The live is still there. It was in March. Okay, this is on Elevateds. The same lawyer that wrote the cease and desist letters. I can't remember. Gotcha. Yeah. So we're on the same page, right? Because what I'm trying to say is, like, with Not Bright Media and the whole RICO stupid thing and all that, they were claiming to do it under Bruce Castor, right? You know what I mean? You hear Seth say, like, Dog and his lawyers and his team. So this is before that, right? This is before that. I will contact Elevated Truth. As a matter of fact, I was watching the Krama Reels, who was in here earlier. They did a video. I don't know when Elevated Truth did this, but he absolutely destroyed Julie. I don't know whose panel it was or what happened, or whose panel he was on, him and Julie. He destroyed her with common sense and with logic and with autism facts and stuff. He really shined on that lady. Plus, I've been trying to get with him. He's been inviting me over there on his Saturday Night Live thing for a long time, and I feel like a dick. I do want to go do it. I just get too busy. I just need to make a day and be like, all right, let's do this. It's been for a long time. I was going to see if me, him, and Cletus can do something. Oh, like a little like a comedy thing. You know what I'm saying? But I will message him on the way to work, because I'm interested in this. This was before. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Awesome. Weird stuff, y'all. T-Rev's live is still there. It was late March, April. It's not the same lawyer as the cease and desist. The lawyer is a child custody lawyer. This was on Trisha Talks. Okay, what was on Trisha's? Now I'm confused. Yes, poor senile old dog. Blonde pubes. Just a few days ago, he caught all kinds of shit about it, though. He has been putting off SNL because of him include being sick. But yes, get a hold of him. I will. Yeah, it would be pretty. Yeah, he invited me on there a bunch of times, and I do like legit wanted to go over there, but just he seems like he knows about this little time frame and all this. He's from that area too, right? My Tennessee people in the house, do you know this store? Do you remember this store? Do you remember this store? Do you remember this name? Do you know about the Nazi fighting fucking ring upstairs? Is any of this hitting like a or is this kind of like on the low in Tennessee, which I could see as well? Blonde pubes, yeah, that's what I call them. Remember when I called his voicemail? Dogs. Oh, they got mad at me on Twitter for that. I called his voicemail and I was like, blonde pubes. I'm a lifetime fan. I'm like, but I'm disappointed at you, man. I'm like, I want to leave a tip though. You know who I think did it, dog? I think it was that guy, Nick the Hat. And they got pissed as fuck. I left a tip on Dog's hotline that I think Nick the Hat had something to do with it. Then I said for Dog to watch out. I don't trust Nick the Hat. And he might be coming for his cheeks or something like that. They got all ass hurt about it. Here comes the Chat GPT threats and how there's going to be police investigations. And dude, shut the fuck up. And for the haters in the bushes or the people who get mad, like when I do the awareness campaign for Lady Freedom, when we handed all those out, there's a lot of ass hurtness on Twitter. I don't care. If you keep crying about my awareness campaign, I'm just going to keep going back there and I'm going to keep doing more flyer awareness because it's my community and I'll do what I want. So if you keep crying about it, I'm going to insert your name in the title on the next field trip, right? You know, look what you did, really, right? Look what you did. You made me do this, really, because of your crying and stuff. Now I have to go back. So I'm tired of the crying. So get over it. Jesus Christ already. Fucking A. The Truth and Julie. Yes. Whose panel was that on? Would want to know someone with my history. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, Trisha Talks. Okay. Yeah, let's see. So that was yesterday on Trisha's. I'm going to listen to that whole live today at work. Man, he really gave it to that was like a humble pie, man, and well deserved. And he didn't just like roast her or yell at her. No, man, he really came with like some facts. You know, here's this is autism advocate or whatever, and man, Truth was coming with the facts. He's like, do you know about this? You know about this? She didn't know. Yeah, he did that, man. He did that. Oh, that was last week. Gotcha. I'm behind, y'all. I'm behind. Yeah, man. I don't know. This was just weird to me, y'all. I wanted to bring it to y'all. I think all this is very strange. I wish we can figure out. You know what's crazy? I bet you guys, at all the interviews, at all the panels he's been on, I bet you this has probably been brought up and went right over all our heads, right? But we have a time line as far as this goes. Someone said T-Revs was late March, April, I saw in the comments. That's good, right? I'm going to ask Elevated as well. Maybe around that time. I don't know. I just want to know. This has got me super curious about why is this guy and his crazy family and all this connected weird shit, why is he collecting reward money for Sebastian Rogers? Why? It's crazy as fuck. Very crazy. Yeah, it's crazy, man. I have so many hate watchers. They watch my parodies and shit. They watch the live, but they don't hit the like. They're crabs. Like, y'all hit the like. I get mad hate watchers. It's so weird. It's good to to revisit. Yeah, 100%. Older stuff and say, yeah, absolutely. It's 11:19. Did Noel go to the store? Babe, are you here? What's up, Halo? Hey, oh look, it's a man at TRH. Must be CP. Oh yeah, that's comical. Which one did that? Which clout chasing moron said that picture was CP? These people, man. I mean, the comical thing yet was when I had Brandy Wine on the panel. She's like taking these pictures of BJ's house, right? Which was an epic troll, right? And I dropped the link for her. She comes on panel, right? And she aced the test, right? I'm like, hey, you didn't tell BJ that I took a shit in her backyard, did you? And without she didn't stutter, she didn't flinch. It just rolled off her tongue so good. She's like, no, I didn't say nothing, right? Everybody knew we were joking, and I didn't expect that to take to do anything. And then this person on Twitter crying about how can anybody support me, and then they gaslight too, right? They say, oh, I how did that become? I snuck in the backyard while everybody was sleeping and defecated. They said I defecated, and I bragged about it, and how anybody can watch me as a psychopath. No, you're just a moron. You just took the bait. Nobody's shit. For a winning lottery ticket, I couldn't tell you where the fuck BJ lives, but you really thought I took a shit in her backyard. I mean, this is what when you see that type of stuff, you absolutely know how the green team thinks. They will believe anything, literally anything, right? I mean, you can't even make this shit up. I'm dead serious. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely charming. I got to put all these links to stuff. I'm going to probably jump off, man. I got to go to work, y'all. But if you can figure this out, man, I would like to know. This is to me, this is crazy as hell. Again, man, it could also be this guy just absolutely just did his own thing. I don't know, but the lawyer aspect and all that, there's too many things there, y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's weird. It's weird. They idiots, Shay says. They obviously. Why didn't I show my comments? Yeah, exactly. Rat dog. You code Browner. What's up, Anna? That's funny. All right, y'all. I'm gonna jump off, man. Let me know. Keep me up with this. This shit's crazy as hell. I don't know what connection this is, but I thought I would bring it to y'all. We probably do have to roll back. I think that's the key to this, man. I think we have to absolutely roll back to that time frame. I'm gonna try to give an update on this if I can, because there's something there. There's something there all day. Could be nothing, but I think there's something there. If you remember this, if you can contribute to this and on the replay, please do it. Please do it, because this really got my interest. All right, y'all. I'm jumping off, man. I'll include all the links in the pinned comment below for the replay. And if you're in the chat, if you want to go back and read the stuff, read it, because this family is not only connected, but there's some crazy shit going on there, right? I skipped a lot because of the time. All right, let me jump off, y'all. Much respect, much love. I'll catch y'all soon. Peace. What's up, guys? Hope you enjoyed the video. Do me a favor, hit that like, subscribe to my clip channel at White Boy Radio Clips. And in the description box is the link to be a member. Become a member if you can. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Stay safe, stay smart. Peace.